Hey everyone, this is Wade from FishFinderMounts.com and Flow Tube Fanatics, and I'm here today to do an open box of the Lowrance Elite 5 Ti. It's the first time I'll be opening it. I just got it literally in about a half an hour ago. So let's get started here. We can see on the front here, if the camera can come a little closer, that it's a total scan sonar. What that means is it has chirp, it has down view, and it has traditional sonar. Built-in GPS and wireless. The Garmin Striker 5 DVS, they're both 5-inch finders. It also has a built-in GPS, but the wireless feature these do not have. Looks like you could upgrade this unit. It says Bluetooth connectivity coming soon. GPS, built-in touchscreen, structure scan HD, and then track back view. Those are some of the feature sets that are available or are integrated into the unit. I'm not an expert on this. It's the first time I'm opening it up, everybody, so you have to bear with me. It's simple to open up. This is what it looks like inside. Paper trays, so it's good for the environment and everything. Let's pull out the main feature, the control head. That's what this is. That's what they call these things. The manufacturers do, the control head, which is actually the computer screen that you'd be looking at on the water. So we'll pull that out. Looks like, what does it say? Okay, so software update pending, Bluetooth wireless not initially enabled. This is very cool. All the fish finders we've ever purchased as a company never have a cover on it like this one does here out of the box. So that is very cool as well. So right out of the box, you're getting a couple of features that you don't typically get. One, software updates that you can do on your PC, as you see here in this notice, right there, and then the cover for the screen so that you keep from marking the screen up. I've said in the past, the Lowrance screens are, you know, in the older Elite series and the HDI series, they marked up pretty easily. But this will help keep the screen safe. So that's what the cover looks like. So that's very cool. Here's the back of it, by the way, everyone. And it's the typical. I love their stuff that they build feels super tough. That's the one thing with the Lowrance products that I love. And also, they have screw-on connectors in everything they do, which I think is the way that everybody should be doing it. But you know, the truth is, really only Lowrance is doing it in these types of fish finders from the 3-inch screens and up. They're the only ones that have screw-on connectors. So here we've got the we've got a big transducer there. That is so this is part number 000-12423-001. That comes with the total scan transducer. This transducer is, if in millimeters, in terms of millimeters, is 26 centimeters long. So it's 260 millimeters. Basically just over 10 inches long. And it's 2.5 inches wide. And it's about 1 inch deep, it looks like. And it feels like it's a good solid, you know, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds in there worth of weight. So it's, oh, this is all spongy too. So it's got a membrane. This is the bracket to make it a transom style transducer. It's a big metal bracket there. Yeah, let's take it out of there. So here's the transducer bracket. What you would do is you'd actually find the holes lining up with the PEM, the embedded PEM studs here, or PEM nuts I should call them, and then you would screw those together on there. This is actually the bracket to make it into a transom version. Here is the mounting post. We'll take the mounting base post. This base post that they've been doing hasn't changed. It's the same as all the older versions. It's years old now, but it's still very effective. It swivels, but it's very stiff out of the box. I find it's very difficult to actually click it and turn it. It's not very smooth at all. That's the one thing. I have my beef, my little bone to pick, as they say. So you take this guy and it just snaps in. You want to take it off, you just pull this handle up and you can take it off. So again, it just snaps in. Put that guy there. And then we'll take the power cable out. Just do a little crimp job here so you can see. When you buy our mounting systems, they make your fish finder entirely portable. You'll get a cable pack like you see right here. And what it's going to do, you'll see here, is that it'll make your power cable into a plug. So it's sorry, I actually had it out already. This is the actual cable you'll use for that. It's got two conical open-ended crimps here, and you're going to need the positive and negative wires of the power cable. You don't need these other cables when you're using our kits. This is probably for NMEA connectivity. This is a ground. You probably do want the ground. You can actually let's do that right now. Put the yellow wire with the black wire together into this plug, the negative plug. We mark all of our plugs too. I'm going to do it, I don't have our fancy crimpers or anything here, but it's the red to the positive wire. Red to positive, it's marked positive. So we're going to crimp that on. Now, I don't have the fancy crimpers, probably like everybody else doesn't have fancy crimpers except for manufacturers. So at the back of a lot of pliers, there's this flat space here, this flat sort of clamping spot. A lot of pliers have that feature, so I've decided to pretend that I'm not at an advantage like a lot of you out there aren't. And I'm just going to take my pliers from the garage, from my little shop in the garage, and we'll take this guy, put it on there. So I've got it clamped on there. I'll just take it and give it a good final squeeze here. And that's my positive done. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to ground this out. I'm going to take my little pliers here and I'm going to strip it. This is where you don't have the proper stripper either. There, you see I've created a score in the jacket, and you don't want to squeeze too hard, otherwise you'll cut all the wire off. So I've got that exposed now as well. We've got that together. And, you know, we'll twist them together as well. And stick those guys in here. There we go. These pliers are a little bit small. I'd recommend getting something bigger pliers so then you have more torque on the handles and stuff. So, okay, so now you've effectively turned this into a plug, and you see it's like a trailer 2-pole plug. It's intrinsically safe, so you can't easily just short these two poles across each other, which would be very bad. You want to keep it not shorted. So if you take the unit here and you take the power, you know, they're color coded too, which is nice, right? So you're not putting it with the black, you're putting it with the red. There's little notches in the power plug as there are here. So pay attention to that. It looks like we're going to twist it this way a little bit. This outer ring has its own little notch as well. You can't probably see it in the video, but it's right down there. It's a little, and then that mates up with the notch here. So we're just going to put that on, and away we go. So that power cable's on. Do we want to see this power up? I think we do. Let's power it up, everybody. This battery, this unit here, this is a unit we don't have fully assembled here, one of our boat mounting systems. And we're going to take this guy and we are going to plug it into this battery here. Hopefully the battery has power there. And let's see if it powers up. Yes, indeed it does. There you go. So our mounting systems that you see here, this is a part of a mounting system. This is a better example of it where it's got a 360-degree swivel plate, and I'm going to do that next for this video. So you can swivel this whatever way you wish, you know, as long as the cord's long enough to allow you to do that. And then you can lock it down into its position that you want it to be in so it doesn't move. There's a battery inside of here, so that's the same thing as what you see here. This has got a gunnel clamp on it. It's going to go on the side of your boat, the gunwale edge of your boat, the transom edge of your boat. The swivel plate would be on top. So, you know, you just loosen off this guy if you're going to do an upgrade, and this will show you how universal our mounts are. The power is already on here, as you saw it was powered up, so that's being run by a 5 amp hour battery. Our 5 amp hour kits, 5AH magnetic boat mount kits, 5AH float tube kits, all of our 5AH kits will give you enough power to run a 5-inch screen like these all day long. So we take this guy, loosen off these things. Why did we do that? We got to get the gimbal bracket off here. Yeah, I think Lowrance did the right thing here. These guys from Garmin and Humminbird, they tend to favor these gimbal bracket styles. I don't really like them that much because you have to loosen off the knobs, and then you can click it this way and tilt it. And that's a bit annoying. I like the single posts if you can get away with it. They're not much nicer. We're gonna take the gimbal bracket off here that Garmin has for its Garmin DV5. Sorry, Striker DV5. We'll take that off. So the holes are already in place for that fish finder. They're the larger ones here. They're actually the exact same ones for the Helix 5 from Humminbird as well. They work perfectly for the Garmin Striker 5. And now the Lowrance. Actually, let's take it off here. Again, we just lift this guy, put it on here. So we've got our screw package here that we include with our mounts. There's 4 little screws in here. They're perfect for the Lowrance products here. These may not always be the perfect thing for you, but the manufacturer often includes screw sets with its finders. These are what they're including. They're pretty chunky and pretty beefy. They're really, in my mind, they're overkill. They don't need to be so big, but I understand what Lowrance is trying to do. They're trying to cover all bases. We, on the other hand, have much smaller holes. It's a very thick chunk of PVC here, machine PVC. All the holes are pre-drilled for all the different manufacturers. There's ribbings on the back so it swivels nicely, and 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches long. You can see their mount actually is, again, taking the tape measure, it's 4 inches basically exactly. No, it's 3 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches roughly. So there's plenty of space for this one and a lot of other different guys. As you saw, I took off this whole entire gimbal bracket from Garmin here. So that went on this one plate. So it overhangs a bit, but it still works quite effectively. So I like to have the fish finder just over top of the mounting, the T-knob here. We're going to just take these screws out, and we're going to find the hole patterns that it lines up with. It looks like right there. So it's this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, and this guy here basically. So we'll take this. We'll take this. This, and we'll take our power drill. You can use a hand drill, it doesn't really matter. I put it on lower torque if you're going to use a drill, just like 3 is probably fine. Screw it in there. And slap it right onto there. So now you can see it on our swivel plate. And if this is the boat mount, which it is, it's on the boat mount right here, we're going to take this guy and we're going to put it as it's meant to be on top of the actual mount itself from fishfindermounts.com and Float Tube Fanatics. You can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing universal fish finder mounting solution from us today. We are making all fish finders portable. That's what we do. We're the only ones that really provide an all-in-one solution for you guys out there that want something straight out of the box. You don't have to go here and there and everywhere. What am I going to do next? Well, I'm going to take all these cables. This cable here, by the way, I'll probably never use it. I'll probably eventually chop it off, which might be sacrilege to some of you out there, but you know, you could just wrap it up. That's what I'll do in this case. I'll just wrap this cable up. On the battery box here, actually I'll just let some of this wire out. There is slots. It's actually, the slots are on both sides. There's slots on these sides too. So what I'll do is I'll probably do the slots, the slots are here. And they're actually our cable tie slots. We call that our cable management. And we're just going to take it and we'll cable tie up this So these cable ties are courtesy of Lowrance in the package, these little ones, these little tiny ones. And I'm just going to use that to keep this guy together always from now on. This is the length I like it at, so I want to keep it in a nice, neat, tidy bunch here. And I'm going to pull that nice and tight. You can see it brings all the cables nice and tight together. And I can take my pliers that we used to crimp the back of them. It's also got a cutter in here. And I'll just use that to cut this guy down and off. So that's it. And I'm putting it against the back of the box again, just like I was showing you. And we're going to use our cable ties, the bigger, beefier ones here, to just tie that on to the side of the box. So that's done there. Do that nicely. And then we'll just crimp these guys off nice and neat and tidy. So, you know, now you're seeing how portable this becomes because everything's bunched together, everything's attached to everything. And so you can actually literally use this handle here, this clamp as a handle to carry this with you when you're going to the rental boat, your fly-in trip at the lodge, you have a boat, you know, you've rented from the lodge or the marina or whatever it might be. So I've got our magnetic boat mount kit, at least our control head. We do sell control heads like this, powered control heads. Again, here's a swivel feature you can see right here. 360-degree swiveling. You can swivel it whatever way you think you need it to be on your boat, right around if you want, and then lock it down, right? Just like that. This guy's going to be, again, like I said, sitting on your gunnel edge of your boat, and you'll be tightening the lead screw to clamp it in ultimately. And let's have a look actually at this guy here. It looks like it's in a different language and we do not want that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, everything's in, it looks like, I don't know if it's Spanish or what. We'll go to settings and see if we can figure this out and get it changed. So I hit accept now. Let's see if I can pull us out of the, yeah, there we go. Okay, system. Oh, here it is. Idioma. It's Espanol. We don't want that Espanol. We want it English. You can drag it down. It's being touchscreen. Yes, we want to change. There we go. It restarts it to change the language. So there you guys go. If you get a unit, you're gonna have to. Maybe this will help you. If you get a unit with the default setting to a language that's not your own. So they've got the map thing that comes up right away. If you hit this guy, usually you can page to whatever type of thing you want to see. They got the charting on here. It's got the the side scan. Right now it's not on demo, which is probably what we should be using. But you can choose the different things by touching on it. Sonar, this is your traditional sonar here, so you still got that. Stop sonar. They've got all sorts of, you can mark with your finger. That makes it very, very quick and effective and fast. So Lowrance is the only guys that I know of right now with a 5-inch screen that you can touch it and manipulate it. So it's been an interesting race lately with the fish finder guys. You know, that everybody's doing sonar. They're all making great products, but it seems like when one manufacturer kind of gets to a price point with a really good feature set, the other manufacturers have to answer. And the truth is that's really good for the consumer. You know, you're getting fantastic products for not a lot of extra money or anything like that. You know, you're seeing finders here that this one here is a $300 price point right here that you can find in the US. And this guy here, you know, you're around the $450, $500 mark, I'm pretty sure as well. So, you know, if you want those extra connectivity features and stuff, you don't have to pay a lot more to get that, which is pretty fabulous. And so, you know, we've been selling a lot of our mounts to support this fish finder and to support fish finders like these. Or I'd like to do one other thing for everybody here. To put this bracket together, like I showed you earlier in the video, you just match up the holes. The video camera should come close. They've got the screw pieces in here. I know that they like to use these little split washers in there to keep everything locked together nicely. So this is the correct screws. They all came in this bag. So you would just take each one and fasten them in, you know, maybe start to hand tighten them at first and do them all. It's probably a good strategy. And this guy, screw that guy together. I've got it on low torque again. They do have brass PEMs in here, so that gives you your, this can sit behind your boat. You know, the bottom of your boat would be basically in line with the top of the transducer, is kind of how they say to do it. And this guy here would fit on with these, you know, if you're doing this, their standard method. Let's see here, let's put this guy on. So we can go like that. Here's the manual out of the box. There's some of these little, oh, you can change off, that's another thing you can do. And I like this color too. You can change off these things. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of a cool thing. You can somehow snap these off and snap these back in place. So I won't bother too much with that right now, but I like the blue. I think it's cool that they did that. Looks like they've got a nice card. We're here to help. Call those numbers. That's a good little thing. We'll take the manuals out of here. Sorry I don't have my scissors, my handy scissors, so I'm acting a little bit like a savage here. And we'll take, this is all to do with the interface and how it all works. So this is Elite TI getting started. That colored one, that colored manual, this is a black and white manual. Yes, this is the install manual, the black and white one. So we're just going to have a look and see what they say for the transducer. What does it say here? So I don't see anything. Hold on. Let's look at this other literature. There's the warranty. There is the total scan transducer. That's what we need there, guys. So this is total scan. It's a huge transducer, and we can take it, and it looks like it says to. Oh, okay, so the screws go the other way around. So right here it shows you on the manual. So we're just going to take the screws, put them this way. They've got a patch on them, which is actually a Loctite patch, so the nuts can't come off easily or at all. And then you just screw that onto here like so. And then of course that would be able to tilt however you need it to tilt if you wanted to. But I'm not going to do that because we're going to use our own product to mount this thing. So we just need this portion of the bracket. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com and FlowTube Fanatics. And if you have any questions or anything like that, you can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing portable fish finder mounting solution. The other last thing I should mention just before I go here is that this transducer mount here you see from us, it's got a very extraordinarily strong magnet. You have to twist it to get it apart. It goes on a wall, or the wall of your boat. It acts like an invisible clamp. So one magnet on the inside, you have to spin it to get it apart. One magnet on the inside of the boat, one on the outside, clamping together to each other creates the clamp effect, and then ultimately your transducer would be clamped onto here, so you can get a nice idea. This is actually a down vision from Lowrance. This is about double the size of this transducer, so they're making them bigger all the time. So this transducer mount, this magnetic transducer mount, comes with this mount here that you see here. So this whole set would come together, and so we're making amazing portable fish finder mounts for your Lowrance Elite 5 TI products. Thanks for watching, everyone.